Welcome back, guys. Welcome back. Welcome back. So, I'm going to show you guys a game that I played just a minute ago. I got home, had a little dinner, and I played a game kind of while I was eating. And I want to show you guys this game. So, if you guys have watched any of my videos, how do I say this? I'm not known for, crushing, devastating attacks, right? I very much play positional, grind it out to the end, and then win an end game kind of chess. That's just how I play. Spoiler alert, that's not how this goes. This is a bot game, so it's not anything crazy impressive, but holy crap am I proud of this thing. This was beautiful. This is a beautiful game. So, and it kind of touches on some key points in the Lopez too. So let's look at this. So e4, e5. I'm going to play the Lopez. So that's what we get. All right. So you play this. A6 forces the bishop to decide exchange or retreat. Right. So I always retreat. There is a line where you can just exchange, but I always just retreat. So I come back, castle. I'm not going to go through too much of this. He can take the e-pawn, but he's going to give it right back and maybe get into trouble without playing it perfectly. So, okay, you play here. Now I need to defend my e-pawn because the e-file is closed and there's no more e-file tactics. They play this. It protects the e-pawn indirectly, right? Or I could take this, and now you could do some shenanigans here. So you force back, and he protects his e-pawn, right? This is all book, but you need to make this escape square on c2, so you push your c-pawn forward, okay? And it also lets you go bishop to c2 to protect the e-pawn, okay? So he castles, and now you need to stop this pin. Now, a couple of moves ago, you don't need to stop it because if he comes down, right, you play this, he drops back, and then this pawn goes here, and now your knight defends, and then you're able to get your queen out, okay? But you need to go ahead and protect from the pin now. So he goes back. This is still just book, and now you strike the center, okay? So now you got two pawns in the center, your bishop's happy, everything's good. So the knight gets rerouted, and you don't really want to take this and let him, hop his knight in or something like that. You just want to keep the pressure. So you bring your knight around. And the idea here in the Lopez, when it's closed like this, is you want to get your knight and bring it over here. Okay? So I need to add a defender to this pawn because this guy's going to move and it's hit twice, right? So I need to bring the bishop back to add defense to the pawn. So now this guy's free to move. So that's why you play the bishop here. All right, so he brings the rook over. We continue our journey with the knight, bringing it over to the king side, and he comes back. And in the Lopez, this is a common idea to go ahead and play this. All right, so I go ahead, bring the knight over. So now I've got both of my knights on the king side. So if you look at the position, both of these bishops, this guy hasn't developed yet. Not yet. But he's still keeping an eye on things over here on the king side. So I got both my knights over here. My bishops are facing the right direction. And my queen could jump in at the moment's notice. So the thing about the Lopez is it doesn't look like you're really doing a whole lot. We haven't exchanged a single thing. But all of my pieces are in prime position to do something. The Lopez, I'm not a grandmaster, but I just don't think you can beat the Lopez. This is just, to me, it checks all the boxes. I love this thing. So, anyway. So, I do get my knight over. And he goes with the little fianchetto maneuver. Alright. But when he does that, now I bring my bishop up. Developing the bishop. Getting it into the game. Because if a piece is pinned and is not able to be defended by a pawn, then this could be a problem. Now, this is the move, right? To defend the knight. But you don't have a pawn here defending this guy. So this is kind of tender. All right. The rook comes over, and I play this because this is what you need to do to kick me out of here and alleviate this pressure from the knight But when I bring my queen up like this, now if you play this, which is what happens on the next move, you just take, right? So you lose a pawn. But a bigger problem than that is when you take the pawn, retakes, and then now my queen has gotten in. All right? So you're not losing here. Like, it's not like you've lost the game. It's +2. So, I mean, white's obviously in good position. But again, like I was saying a minute ago, this bishop's still on a good diagonal. My knights are ready to hop in here. You know what I mean? So all my minor pieces are looking in the right direction, and my queen is already in here with your king. Okay? So they strike the center, and I push. Now, this isn't the right move. The right move was to strike the center and open it up over here. But kind of the way that I've learned it is, like, if you get an attack going on one side of the board, if you can lock the door and kind of split the board in half, right, it makes it hard for you to rotate these pieces over to the other side of the board. So, in effect, you're going to be trying to defend my attack without these two pieces. So it wasn't wrong, but it really wasn't the best idea here. So I shut the door. That's the reason I played this. So rook comes over, and I jump my knight in, okay? And the reason is this knight is now pinned because this queen here is checkmate. The only thing stopping him from getting checkmated is this knight. So if the knight were to go, say he takes this, well, well, actually, I guess you could play here and over. So I guess it actually isn't checkmate. Huh. Okay, anyway, that's the point. All right, so he plays this, and actually here, I'm still working on the assumption here that this is about to be checkmate. So that's the reason that I bring the rook up. So now it feels a little less beautiful. But anyway, let's just see how this plays out. So I bring the rook up, all right, little rook lift action. I want to get the rook involved, and the queen comes here. Now, look, he dropped a pawn, right, blundered one pawn, but this has been a very well-played game all the way up to this point. And this is a blunder, right? It's +2, but this blunder's checkmate. And that's kind of an unbelievable thing because you didn't drop a piece, but look again at the position of my pieces. This knight doesn't look like it, but it's a crucial attacker in this. I already have a knight here. This rook's in position, and if things open up, this bishop's looking at this position. You've got 3 of your pieces that are completely out of the game, right? This is just a beautiful position. So the move here, I bring my rook over, okay, and I'm pressuring this because I'm still thinking that this is checkmate, is actually what I was thinking. So I'm an idiot, but that's what I was thinking, all right? So the rook comes over, and I hit him with the sauce here. I hit him with the sauce. Now, look, like I said, I'm not one to play these super flashy, knocking people out really quick type of ideas. So for me to play this is big stuff because you've just given a knight away, right? This move just simply loses a knight. It's not like you play this and then there's a fork and you win a rook. This just loses a full knight, and he takes it. But the compensation for that is the open G file that my rook is now taking advantage of. So you give the knight away to force, because if you don't take the knight, right, if you just play, say you played bishop back, well, that's checkmate. You lost the game. You have to take this. So you get rid of it. I take the open file, and now I'm threatening a discovery. He plays this. Notice the best move here is to give the queen away. That's, you're in bad shape when the best move is to just give you your queen away. So he plays that. Now the best move, I didn't see it here, but I play this preserving the rook. Now remember, you can't take this. You can't take this. Because if you take it, let's see here. Yeah, then this is checkmate. So you can't You cannot take this. So it looks like I'm hanging the rook, but I'm not. So, oh, where am I at? So I play this. I mean, what else are you going to do? You have to make a move, right? But here comes the check, and I'm forcing you to take the knight. I'm sorry, the rook. You have to take it, but when you do, there's the checkmate. And I played this and sent it to my friends, and I was just over the moon about this. Again, it's just a bot game, so it's not like I beat Magnus Carlsen in an over the board tournament, but it's still a cool game. And yeah, I was really happy with this. So I mean, let's just look one more time at this. I didn't play it perfectly, but that move there is just a backbreaker. Like your position isn't great, but you feel safe here, I think. Like, you're playing this and it's like, okay, things could be better, but, my knight's defended, the pawns are defended, the queen doesn't have anywhere to get in, right? You take this guy's just going to come over. I'm okay here. I'm safe here. And then you see this and it's like, oh, shit. Oh, shit. And now you've got big problems. So, and then again, you sack the rook, boom, and then you get that checkmate. The bot is +7. You've sacrificed a rook and a knight, but you get that super clean checkmate. That's just beautiful. Anyway, I wanted to share that with you guys. Hope you guys enjoyed that. Maybe you learned something about the Ruy Lopez in the process. Y'all have a good night. Like, comment, subscribe, all the things. See y'all in the next video. Later, guys.